Hi guys. I wanted to do a video today about the little Sport Cub by Parkzone. It's not going to be a review. I wanted to talk a little bit about this plane today because I wanted to give you guys my opinion on what I thought was the best starter plane. If you're thinking about getting into this hobby, then it is my opinion that you start somewhere here. This tiny little Sport Cub. 1300 millimeter wingspan, nice brushless 15 motor in it, comes with the AS3X, which really is probably the best way to start. The technology's come so far in the last few years, even since I started. I mean, when I started, which wasn't actually that long ago, 10 years ago, somewhere around there, I started flying planes. It was still pretty much FM. 72 megahertz is what we were flying on. Then digital came out pretty much right away, and I moved right into digital. And I've been there ever since. What do they say? One remote to rule them all, kind of thing, which is just phenomenal for what the hobby is today. So, but anyway, this aircraft is probably the best place to start. The Sport Cub. I've heard it called the SS as well, but it is the S2. It's a much better upgrade from the original version, the Parkzone Super Cub. I have what's left of it up there. I'll show you that actually. This is what's left of my old Super Cub from years ago. That's what I started with. It was a phenomenal plane to fly on. This is why I give you my opinion of this aircraft here today. This has been a lot of fun. I bought it 2 years ago. The only upgrade I've done is put a prop on it, an APC prop. The one that comes with it is kind of flimsy. You'll increase the power that this aircraft has by 2 if you switch it to an APC prop. You'll pretty much double the torque. I mean, the pull-out power, you're going to notice a huge difference for next to no cash. So I suggest you at least change the prop out on this when you start if you're going to choose this as your plane. I like it. I'll go through the batteries real quick. It comes with this, the 1300 milliamp hour. I don't have the weights on them. It's really kind of moot at this point. It does come with this. I suggest you use one of your other batteries if you have them, the Parkzones. I don't use these in my planes. These are what I use for my starter because they fit really well. They fit better than the Turnigies won't go in my starter, but that's regardless. They're all pretty much the same. It doesn't really matter what battery you use, but I suggest you go with the 2200s because they're just kind of a cooler battery to fly the plane with. It helps with the weight distribution. These things are pretty light. They do come with flaps, ailerons, obviously elevator rudder, brushless motor, if I didn't say that already. The battery compartment is way better on this one than the original. I'm just going to set this down and open up the battery compartment here. Yeah, it's way bigger, way more accessible. The other one, you had to shove kind of the battery up in a little case. You don't have to worry about this. The battery's so huge. This is sitting here because it doesn't fit, but if it fit, I would probably try to fly this plane with that battery, just because, I mean, I'm a landings and takeoffs kind of guy, and this plane is perfect for landings and takeoffs. If you like practicing that, this is the best plane to learn how to fly with landings and takeoffs and whatnot and so forth. It floats really well. It doesn't require a tremendous amount of power or input from the sticks to keep it in the air. You can pretty much let go of the sticks with the AS3X once it's initialized and trimmed properly and you've got it all working properly. You pretty much can let go of the sticks and it'll just keep going in a straight line. It really doesn't need input from you to keep going in a straight line. So with the AS3X, that is kind of phenomenal with this plane. The wing loading is really good on this aircraft as well. It can take, like I said, it can take a tremendous amount of wing loading. It is aerobatic. It likes to do loops and barrel rolls, and I mean it'll do all sorts of aerobatics. Would I suggest a full throttle loop with with a lot of speed behind you with a bigger battery in it? No, I wouldn't. That actually is the demise to my first little Cub that I had. The first version of this was I was full throttle dive. I yarded back on the stick with a 2200 in it, and the wings just kind of folded real quick. So but it was a couple years old. I'd probably gone through dozens of wings. I mean, if you're flying, you're crashing, right, guys? That's just the way it is. There's no getting around it. But this is probably the best starter plane. Good money value. Pick yourself up a DX6i or something. I do believe it does come with, you can get it in ready-to-fly version. Obviously, I've been bind and fly for quite a while now. Most of my aircraft were when I purchased them. The foamies anyways. This here, I would suggest DX6i for starting. Yes, probably the best radio to start with. Something quite nice to use and user-friendly. And if you decide to upgrade from there, pretty much all radios after that are exactly the same setup. So, but for this aircraft, probably the best place to start, just because it's so user-friendly, so cheap, easy to repair, so forgiving when it flies. It doesn't do anything you don't want it to. It doesn't freak out. It doesn't drop a wing on you. It's very forgiving. So yeah, definitely, in my opinion, after flying for 10 years, this is probably the best plane to start. So that's just my opinion, guys. There you go. Thanks for watching.